Welcome to the January 9th Commissioner meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everybody. We've approved the minutes from the December 19th and then the special meeting on December 30th. I'll entertain a motion for that.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from December 19th and the special called meeting December the 30th.
Second.
All those in favor signify by
Aye.
aye. We've approved the accounts payable vouchers. I'll entertain a motion for that.
Make a motion to approve the accounts payable vouchers.
Second that motion.
All those in favor signify by aye. And we've approved the payroll docket.
Motion to approve the payroll docket is submitted.
Second that.
All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Thank you. I need to put one in there.
You'll start off by reading the minutes from us.
I don't know, do I call it to order and then you read them? So I'll call the 2025, 2024,
Okay.
2025 Annual Board of Finance meeting. I call that to order. Yeah, you can.
Commissioner David Bramer called the meeting to order in 2024. Megan Hoskins, treasurer, read the minutes from the 2023 Board of Finance meeting. Commissioner Little made a motion to approve the 2023 minutes. Commissioner Lee seconded the motion. Motion passed unanimously. Commissioner Little then made a motion to nominate Commissioner Bramer to serve as the president of the Jefferson County Board of Finance. Commissioner Lee seconded the motion. Motion passed unanimously. Commissioner Little nominated Megan Hoskins to serve as treasurer of the Jefferson County Board of Finance. Commissioner Lee seconded the motion. Motion passed unanimously. Treasurer Hoskins discussed 25 properties that sold at the tax sale and mentioned 7 properties that did not sell. Treasurer Hoskins then reviewed the following interest earned from 2023. General, $260,710.52. First Financial, $124,182.86. Farmers Bank of Milton, $30,290.66. Perf account, $39,366.16. Credit card, $208,728.30. German American EFT, $38,031.84. FSA, $1,833.17. All totaling $703,143.51 interest earned. On November 8th, 2023, Hoskins invested $5 million into a CD with German American Bank. The CD has earned a total of $39,205.49. Interest and CD interest gained in 2024, $742,349 even. An additional $569,089.99 was earned from 22 to 23. Commissioner thanked Hoskins for her work in the investments. Commissioner Little made a motion to adjourn. Commissioner Lee seconded the motion. Motion passed. So this year, if you will go to your big paper, we can review the interest that we've gained in 2024, which I would like to point out is an increase from 2023 to 2024 of $384,297.22. So that is a total in 24 of $1,126,646.22. The general account earned $240,793.82. First Financial, $326,063.26. Farmers Bank of Milton, $171,941.20. Perf account, $1.27. We closed that account. Credit card account, $58,253.41. EFT at German American, $37,507.84. Our FSA account had $4,578.58, and the $5 million CD earned $287,506.84. So good increase since the previous year.
We should move to the report and the minutes. Make a motion and approve them.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted by Treasurer Hoskins.
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Just to go over some tax sale statistics from last year, we had 39 properties that sold on our tax sale. That was a total of 1.2 million roughly that we brought in from that tax sale. 4 properties did not sell, which we are doing a commissioner sale, which we have not done. I believe that's on March 12th. So we have 4 properties. That's what the small paper shows you, the addresses. I believe a commissioner sale starts at the minimum, any bid that we want to start at.
Right, I think we decided on 125 since the, we had to go to the 2 that were actually below the $200 that we discussed.
And 200 for the other 2.
Yeah, that's how they ended up listing it on there.
And SRI that does our tax sales will conduct that sale for us as well. That's all I got for you.
Close it.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Don't we have to appoint?
Oh, no, we don't.
They did it last year.
Reopen the meeting?
Sure. Make a motion to reopen the I'll reopen the meeting so we can appoint officers for next year.
Oops.
I make a motion, we nominate Ron Lee to serve as president of the Jefferson County Board of Finance.
I second that. All those in
All
favor
those in
signify.
favor, signify by aye.
I'll be the treasurer.
I make a motion, we make treasurer, Megan Hoskins a treasurer
Thank you.
for 2025.
I second that. All those in favor.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, I think we got it. Once a year though, come on.
I know. All right, thanks, guys.
Good
Thank you.
news, thank you.
All right. Amy Stevens.
This is Miss Jolie from DocSpot. She's here with me. That way if you guys have any questions over the contract that we submitted. I have turned it into Pat. He reviewed it already and he emailed me with thumbs up, so.
Okay.
There's a number of documents there. Do you want to walk through those, or do you guys have any questions about the services generally that you have? The goal here is to take Amy's recorded documents and post them online, make them searchable on a system that has been available to Jefferson County for some time. It's being used currently by 48 other counties. It's included in the software that she has now. It will not cost the county or her office any additional monies. We provide the service for free, and then we offer a range of subscriptions that maintain the service and pay for that. But there is always like a public service free option. It does require a username and password, because that's required of us by the state court administration, because we do also have your court records available online. So once this is completed, all of Jefferson County's information that is kind of floating around the courthouse will then all be available in one spot in a convenient place. And since she's been closed a lot this week, she's been getting this call like pretty constantly, so.
Yeah.
So the first agreement just allows us to handle her images, her non-confidential images, and make those available, as well as her searchable index to users on the platform. The second agreement, I believe, is the Property Watch addendum.
Yep.
That is that's an additional agreement that allows us to use her data it extends the first agreement in a very specific way. It allows us to set up a monitoring system where people can enter their name or their legal descriptions, as long with their email address, and they can get alerts from us when something is filed in the recorder's office that matches their name or their legal description, and we call that Property Watch. Yeah, it's a bit of it's really been pushed hard by the state in a couple of ways. There's just seeing a real increase in that type of property fraud and that type of property crime. And so it is that nice feature to have, just so that people can be assured that when something's reported with their name on it, that they're notified. And then the third agreement also extends the first one and allows us to use her images in a very specific way for bulk. So bulk access in the recorder's office means that you have to purchase absolutely everything that is recorded there. You can only limit by date. So you have to get all deeds, mortgages, miscellaneous, anything that would be found in her office. And if you purchase absolutely everything, she can offer that at a reduced rate. There are some ordinances here to set that rate at 20 cents. It is currently set by a state statute at 10. And to raise it from 10 to 20, we have performed her software system, CSI, has included a cost study that just shows how much it takes, what it costs her office to produce an image. And so that will allow her to set her rate up to the state maximum of 20 cents. That bulk is a little esoteric. It's a very specific use of her data. We only have 4 national companies who tend to use this service. And I always encourage people to set that bulk rate to the maximum, because these are, their companies, the 4 that we have are Zillow, Black Knight, First American, and CoreLogic. They're all located outside of the state, and they don't come here and spend their money. So we would like to keep as much of that money in your county as we can, but it shouldn't affect the everyday local users at all. So this should really only affect those kind of like bigger institutions that want to buy all of her data. So we want to offer them that, and this is a service that allows us to perform that service for her. We manage those accounts, we manage the delivery of the images themselves. She does have an option through her current system to offer bulk images, but she's limited to that 10-cent rate right now. As well, she would have to accept a prepayment through the mail from that user, and then burn a CD and send that back through the mail.
Burn a what?
So if she does ever want to offer bulk through our services, it's a lot easier for both her office and for the customer.
And it helps our office out too, because I can put more money back to preserve more records, so.
And then generally, as the service works, we'll collect copy fees throughout the week for Jefferson County, and we deposit those once a week. We tend to see, I'm not sure exactly how many documents you record a year, but the yearly income for copy fees from DocsPop ranges hugely. For a smaller company, I think Union County is about $9,000 a year, and then someplace big like Hamilton County is, I think, like $150,000 in copies a year. So we're just a module that is available to her that she can make use of, and she would like to do so. That is the pricing ordinance that will let her set that up to 20. Like I said, by state statute, is currently now limited at 10. And you'll see there's a page between those 2 ordinances that kind of lists some numbers that gives a breakdown of what her office costs are for managing and producing these images as they go. You see, I think that's what, about 36 cents per page. So that easily justifies that maximum 20-cent rate. There's also a watermarking ordinance that I just threw in there. The Recorders Association recommends that we have that for bulk as well. We require that all of our customers receive watermarked images. If they don't like it, they push back on that, particularly Zillow. So this is really great for the county to have, because if somebody pushes back at me and says, I don't want my bulk images to be watermarked, I paid for them, I can say, oh no, the county told me I have to do it. My hands are tied, there's nothing I can do. So I love having that watermark ordinance as well. It's a lot of documents, I understand.
We need to read everything. We'll read them.
Is Pat?
The ordinances,
The ordinances.
yeah, so the ordinances, technically you can read them once, ask if there's any objection. We typically do a second reading and then ask to forego, but Pat recently told me that we technically only have to do it once for legal.
All right.
Has Pat looked at these?
I sent them to him quite a while back.
Should I start?
Sure.
Little did people know, not as long as the septic ordinance, okay? We did have to play that at like 1.5 speed last time to get through.
Absolutely, I completely understand.
Alright, I'll start on the larger one, and we can read a few pages. Ordinance number, and we'll assign that ordinance, an ordinance of the Jefferson County Board of Commissioners establishing the manner and form in which the recorder may provide bulk form copies to a bulk user. Whereas Indiana Code 36-2-7-10, you could sit down, you don't have to stand there as I read all this.
It's okay, I was in the car for 2 hours.
All right, you'd rather stay. Indiana Code 36-2-7-10.1, dealing with the county recorder sale of documents in bulk to bulk users, has been materially amended and revised effective July 1st, 2017, and whereas subsection B of the statute provides that a county executive shall establish an ordinance, the manner and form in which the county recorder may provide bulk form copies to a bulk user, and the permissible fees the recorder may charge. Now therefore, in consideration of the foregoing recitals and the provisions hereafter made, be it ordained by the board as follows. Section 1, definitions. The following definitions shall apply throughout this ordinance. Bulk form copy means an aggregation of 1, copies of all recorded documents received by the county recorder for recording in a calendar day, week, month, or year. 2, the indices for finding, retrieving, and viewing all recorded documents received by the county recorder for recording in a calendar day, week, month, or year. Or 3, both clauses 1 and 2. B, bulk user means an individual, a corporation, a partnership, a limited liability company, or an unincorporated association that receives bulk form copies under a contract with the county recorder. C, copy means a reproduction including an image of a recorded document or indices created by 1, duplicating electronically stored data into a disc, tape, drum. I want it in a drum. Can I have it in a disc drum? I
People
remember.
don't know what a drum is.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, well, what? You're gonna put that in 55 gallons? Sorry. Sorry. I'll start with 1 again. Duplicate.
It's okay.
My dad was a data processor. I saw plenty of drums. Number 1, duplicating electronically stored data into a disc, tape, drum, or any other medium of electronic data storage, or I wouldn't say floppy. 2, reproducing, I guess it is, reproducing on microfilm. Well, there was another one.
They still have to microphone.
I know.
It's
I
crazy.
know. D, indices, means of all, indices, means of all the indexing information used by the county recorder for finding, retrieving, and viewing a recorded document. E, recorded document means a writing, a paper, a document, a plat, a map, a survey, or anything else received at any time for recording or filing in the public records maintained by the county recorder or the county recorder's designee. Section 2, manner and form of production. It is hereby established that the Jefferson County recorder shall provide bulk form copies to a bulk user only by electronically transmitting the copies using an electronic transfer process. Section 3, procedure for requesting bulk form copies. A bulk user must submit a written request to the county recorder that identifies the requested bulk form copies with reasonable particularity. Unless the request is refused under Section 6, upon receipt of a valid written request, the county recorder or the county recorder's designee shall provide the bulk form copies to the bulk user by the method or methods established by ordinance. The bulk form copy shall be provided with a reasonable time after the latter of the following events. 1. The recorder's archival process is completed and bulk form copies become available in the county recorder's office. 2. The bulk form user executes a contract that meets the requirements of Section 5 with A, the county recorder, and B, if the county recorder uses a third party to provide bulk forms copy services, the county recorder's designee. The county recorder or the county recorder's designee shall work with reasonable diligence to ensure that bulk form copies are timely produced to the bulk user. Section 4, fees charged for the bulk form copies. Based on a study dated
Does it have a date on it?
it doesn't have a date.
This is
Just through
2019 to
2023.
I don't think it had a date on it.
All right, we'll add that there. By the date that it was performed, how about that? And performed by Docs, okay?
I have a bingo card of mispronunciations, go for it.
Okay.
Jefferson County Recorder.
The Jefferson County Recorder, which is incorporated therein, by reference, the board finds and determines that the costs incurred by the Jefferson County Recorder of producing bulk form copies, including applying a watermark or other protective features, substantially exceed both the standard fee of 10 cents per page or per recorded document fixed by subsection D of Indiana Code 36-2-7-10.1 and the fee hereafter fixed. Accordingly, the following fee schedule is hereby adopted. 20 cents per page.
Yes, please.
For a copy of a recorded document, including the instrument's book and page if applicable. So the next one, per recorded document for a document of the indices used by the county recorder for finding, retrieving, and viewing a recorded document. What was that cost?
20 cents, isn't it?
Is it still 20 cents?
Yeah, that'll
20
be
for
20
both?
cents, yeah,
Okay.
regardless.
B, the fees charged by the county recorder are subject to the following requirements. 1, the county recorder shall pay the fees into the county treasury at the end of each calendar month. 2, the fees prescribed and collected under this section supersede all other fees for bulk form copies required by law to be charged for services rendered by the county recorder to bulk users. 3, all revenue generated by the county recorder under this section shall be deposited in the county recorder's records perpetuation fund and used by the recorder in accordance with Indiana Code -2-7-10, section F. 4, the recorder shall periodically update and verify the cost study referred to in subsection A immediately above.
Section 5, bulk user contract termination. A bulk user must enter into a contract with the county recorder, and if the county recorder uses a third party to provide bulk copy services, the county recorder's designee, in order to receive bulk form copies. The contract must be in writing and must require that the bulk user agree not to do any of the following. 1, except as provided in Section 4, provide, transfer, or allow the transfer of any copy of a recorded document obtained by the bulk user under this section to a third party. 2, engage in unauthorized access to recorded documents. 3, engage in unauthorized alteration of recorded documents. A contract required under this subsection may not include any restrictions on a bulk form user's use of the bulk form copies other than those contained in this section. B, if a bulk user does not comply with a contract, the county recorder may terminate the contract, immediately stop providing bulk form copies to the bulk user, and refuse to provide the bulk form copies required by the bulk user if all termination provisions and procedures in the contract have been met by the county recorder. the county recorder may refuse subsequent requests from a bulk user for bulk form copies in the following circumstances. 1, the bulk user is a person that has had a previous bulk form copy contract terminated by the county recorder because the recorder determined that the bulk user failed to comply with the contract. 2, the bulk user is a corporation or limited liability company in which a person has a majority or a controlling interest, and A, the person requested bulk form copies under a previous contract with the county recorder, and B, the contract was terminated by the county recorder because the county recorder determined that the person failed to comply with the contract. Section 6, resale of bulk form copies by bulk user. A, a bulk user that is licensed under Indiana Code 27-1-15.6-6, Section D, or holds a certificate of authority under Indiana Code 27-7-6-3-6, may provide bulk form copies related to the specific order for a title search as defined in Indiana Code 27-7-3-2 when operating as 1, a title plant for the issuance of title insurance as defined in Indiana Code 27-7-3-2, or 2, title company as defined in Indiana Code 27-7-3-2. A bulk user that meets the requirements of this subsection may charge its customer a fee for using the bulk form copies obtained by the bulk user that may not exceed the cost incurred by the bulk user for obtaining the bulk form copies. A bulk user that meets the requirements of this subsection may not resell, provide, transfer, or allow the transfer of any copy of a recorded document, whether in bulk form or as individual copies or images, to any other bulk user or title plant. B, a bulk user that does not meet the requirements of subsection A immediately above is prohibited from selling, offering for sale, advertising for sale, soliciting a purchase of, loaning, giving away, allowing subscription service to, or otherwise transferring, providing, or allowing the transfer of bulk form copies for commercial purposes to a third party, where the copies are in bulk form or individual copies or images. Section 7, enhanced access not affected. This ordinance did not apply to enhanced access authorized under Indiana Code 5-14-3-3 and any Jefferson County ordinances promulgated thereunder. Section 8, effective date. Upon adoption and signature, this ordinance will become effective on said date.
You're not left out, so.
You got the easy one, Bobolinski.
This one?
Yeah.
I know that was long and boring. I don't know if you guys have any questions about it. Every single clause in there that seems really obvious is there because in the last 20 years, somebody's tried to do that. So, it's been a.
Sure, we were gonna read the other ordinance. Are you,
This one?
Yeah.
Ready?
yep,
Ordinance number, yes. Board of Commissioners of Jefferson County, Indiana, an ordinance requiring the recorder of Jefferson County, Indiana to watermark bulk form copies. Whereas the Board of Commissioners of Jefferson County, Indiana, has the responsibility of and jurisdiction over the maintenance of certain public records. Whereas some of those public records include recorded documents as defined under Indiana Code 36-2-7-10 IA5 that are filed with and maintained by the recorder of Jefferson County, Recorder, Indiana, or the recorder's designee. Whereas certain individuals or organizations, bulk users, may seek such recorded documents from the recorder in bulk form copies. Whereas Indiana Code 36-2-7-10 IH, that's B, authorizes the Board of Commissioners to establish by ordinance the manner and form in which the recorder provides bulk form copies to a bulk user which may include application of the watermark pursuant to subsection C. Whereas Indiana Code 36-2-7-10, I, looks like, one I.
There are two. One, one, you want these?
Yeah,
Maybe you got
almost,
close one eye.
almost, yeah. Prohibits bulk users from engaging in certain conduct relative to the bulk form copies, including reselling bulk form copies unless expected under subsection B. Whereas the purpose of the watermark is to ensure that the recorded document is not resold or transferred for value in a manner inconsistent with Indiana law, and whereas the county finds it is in the best interest of to exercise its authority and require bulk form copies to contain a watermark explicitly prohibiting the resale, except as provided for under Indiana Code 36-2-710 IH. Now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Commissioners, Jefferson County, Indiana, the recorder shall watermark all bulk form copies with the following. This document is provided for the sole use of, insert book here, and except as provided for in Indiana Code 36-2-7-10, 1H shall not be resold pursuant to Indiana Code 36-2-7-10. One, official copies may be obtained at the county recorder's office. Ordained and passed, Board of Commissioners this day.
She said, Pat said we could.
I questioned him about it one time and he said, well, technically you could just do it with one.
What are your, do you wanna have two readings, or do you wanna, we have to take a vote and pass it on one reading?
We have to have a motion before go second reading, don't we?
Second and third?
Yeah, you have to basically do the whole motion process for the second reading, the third reading. and
Do you
then-
wanna read them again?
No,
I'll make a motion, we forego second and third reading.
Do we have to do them individually, or is it together as one? Okay, we'll do them together.
Yeah.
So we've got a motion to forego the second and third readings.
Okay.
yep, I second.
Okay. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Okay, so now we have to do a motion to pass.
I will say, I have a date for that cost study. It is December 17th, 2024, if that is helpful. I don't know if that's necessary, but that's one thing that wasn't on that paper. But that's what those were.
December 17th,
Yes, sir.
last year?
Yes, sir.
What we got going on right here?
I don't know.
Well, it sounded kinda eerie, but so,
I think it's a radio.
January, it's not.
Fire page test.
Yep.
Alright,
I make a motion.
should we do two motions on both, or just do them both into one motion on them
I would approve them separately.
separately?
And they will be 2025, 1 and 2.
Fancy.
2025, one will be the long one, and then 2025, two. The second one. So I have to do separate motions.
I make a motion, we accept ordinance 2025-1 for bulk form copies to bulk form users.
It's a tongue twister for me. So we have a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Okay, so the next one.
That one.
So the short one is the two.
Motion to accept the ordinance 2025-2, which is to watermark bulk form copies.
I second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Okay,
Was there an agreement, a user agreement that also needs approved?
The user agreement has been drafted by the Recorders Association. I can have her run that by your county attorney before it gets used.
Okay.
But I don't think it has to be run through the commission.
Well, if it does, we can pass it next,
That's absolutely fine.
if that works for you. Okay. Thanks.
Anything else you need from me?
Thank you.
Do you want me to get these, is Dusty coming or?
So we need to sign these, don't we?
Yeah, and then I'll take them and I'll bring them down to record them actually, and then you'll have your.
I'll scan it.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right, thank you guys.
Thank you.
You can't leave now, sorry. What?
For reference, it'll probably be about the first week of March.
Yeah.
Before
What we're
we're
aiming for.
We're hoping to stage them in 3 weeks.
Something else, we just slid through. Put in the folder.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening, this is old hat for you now, isn't it?
Oh, man. I don't even know where I'm at currently. But I do gotta say, you guys are like books on tape. I was getting ready to go out.
Good.
I'm
I
here.
tried that a little at first, but
Yeah,
it's hard, you know?
and then the radio's going off back here. It's
I
just
remember.
icing on the cake.
You want me to go get a snowball and throw at you?
No, I've had enough of them. Real quick, we've got an amendment to the interlocal agreement with Scott County. Amendment on section 2C, which this has all been approved before through our county and Scott County. They just need an amendment here. Amendment section 2C, each county will be responsible for the maintenance and insurance costs for the equipment that is owned by the county that purchased the equipment. So they wanted that amendment in there. And then on section 2G, each of the counties shall retain full ownership interest in the equipment purchased by the county that purchased the equipment. And each county shall retain an option of first rights of refusal to buy out the other party's interest of the pieces of equipment in the event that this agreement is canceled or expires and is not extended. So that's the amendment to the interlocal agreement, so.
You agree with that?
Yes, I think that's what it was originally supposed to state, and
It makes
we
sense.
just kinda overlooked that, putting this together. I agree with, if we purchase it, we should have take care of it, same with others, So, but I'm greatly appreciative of this, so. But other than that,
I guess we probably need to approve the amendment.
I'll make a motion that we agree to the amendment to the interlocal agreement with Scott County Highway and Jefferson County Highway, amended section 2C and amended section 2G, which was just previously read.
I second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye.
thank you, fellas.
Thanks, sir.
I'll get up here quick before these guys get out of here. So first, just want to say just a quick winter weather update. Just so you know, if you did not know, we've already received our average annual snowfall for the year last weekend, and in some cases, well, I think there are a few places that are reported 12 inches of snow. Typically, we get 9 a year.
2025 is gonna be a banner year, I can feel it. Look at this, we're gonna bust through that
Yes.
tomorrow.
Well, yeah, I was gonna bring up, the fact that, there was a time in history, and when that was, I don't wanna contract 14 inches of snow in 24 hours. So, unless somebody wants to talk about that after the meeting, we'll do that.
I was in high school,
So the snow.
were you
has to
around then?
Dump a little
Were
more.
you around then?
Well, it was, let's see, 1917, December 8th. We had
Huh?
14 inches of snow in.
17?
76?
1917.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't around then.
19.
I wasn't.
17. So you look remarkably well.
I've held my intro, I was thinking of 70.
77, the blizzard.
So, yeah, this is definitely a record snowfall for us. It really rates up on the high end of this thing and a lot bit, so. But before I get to that, I just wanna mention that we're predicted to get 3 to 6 inches, starting tomorrow into Saturday. It's supposed to start about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And then it should end about noon, lunchtime on Saturday. 3 to 6 is predicted. They're guesstimating that 3 or 4 is probably likely. I do want to say, number one, thanks to Jason Copeland and Highway Crew. These guys have just been out in absolute tireless conditions. I know they get beat up a lot, you know, we all do, and I don't want to say that anybody's any more of an excellent employee than anybody else, but these guys, Jason and his crew, have been above and beyond. And people just don't understand, you know, there are times that you, with 500 miles of roads that we have, you run out of salt, you run out of cinders, you got to go back to the shop to get some, and you get stuck because conditions are horrible. We have more than our average annual snowfall, so within a couple of days, you guys trying to keep up with that. Pulling vehicles out takes time for one to get to the next and a lot of stuff, so damages to equipment that just happened, it just is what it is, but you guys do a fantastic job. And I don't think very few people relate to having to dig snow out of their way to crawl under a dump truck to hook a chain to the frame of the thing to get it pulled out. So just to put some things in perspective for people who just don't know what these guys end up enduring during their shifts, hats off to you, and thank you all for your crew. I would be remiss if I didn't mention, you know, Chris Hale in the City Street Department and the Hanover Street Department. Those guys, you know, they're just trying the best they can to keep up. Sheriff's Department, City PD, Hanover PD, County City Fire Departments, Norton Katy HCMS. Those guys have maintained excellent emergency services. Again, throughout the conditions that we're asking people to stay home in and all that, but they don't have a choice. They are essential people. They have to be here all day, every day, and they show up and they do a job. It's difficult every day of the week, so hats off to those guys as well. I do want to mention a couple of special people before Brandon takes over here. And I want to say on Saturday, the 4th, at 6 a.m., dispatchers Emily Kershaw and Stacy Sams stayed over that morning. They slept in the room next to us there on some cots. And it wasn't because they were afraid to try to drive home to Dearborn County. It was because they were afraid they weren't going to get back for their shift that night. So hats off to them for sticking that out and enduring that. So that's how fantastic our dispatchers end up being number one in the dedication to their job. So hats off to them. Also on January the 7th at 11:11 a.m. a call came in for a 75-year-old woman that's been missing for an hour, and clearly there was a considerable amount of calls being coming to the 911 center all of it. All the units were busy. Brandon Tucker left here as 911 director, responded to the location out there, was close to his neighborhood, close to his house, found her, and got her taken care of and back home safe and sound, and made arrangements to get the truck that she was driving out of the ditch and all that bit. So thank you, Brandon, for stepping up, and at the end of the day, I think we look around our emergency services people that get the job done. They're here all day, every day, making sure that people are taken care of and all the bit. So I'm proud to work with these guys and gals, and it means the world. And then lastly, I want to thank you guys. You're always quick to answer the phone. You're always great with good leadership and advice, and so thank you for that. And most of all, thank you for the great hire of Jason and the great hire of Brandon. Those two guys are the dudes in the county to be here running most of their departments. So appreciate it. Thanks.
We're gonna go back to the agenda.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Shake it up a little bit.
That's okay. It's good. Keeps us on our toes. We're like, oh, wait a minute. All right. She's over here like, well.
That is the, water treatment contract for the courthouse. They overlooked our contract for the last couple of years, so we've been at the same rate, so they're just increasing our monthly rate from $105 to $125. A month.
So,
It's been that same price since November of 18.
I know, I'm not good. So do we, just the courthouse, or are they gonna?
So we
or what?
have the,
I have a separate one
we
for
have a
the
separate agreement for the old jail and then the new jail.
A new, so are those one, or are they two separate?
Two
ones?
separate.
Okay, so we have three separate
We have
contracts.
3 separate.
Okay,
This
okay.
one's just,
Just the
this
courthouse.
is this renewal, cause we
Okay.
started the old jail a couple months ago.
Okay, okay. I
Everybody's
just want-
kinda off.
Sure. Mm-hmm. They've done a good job? Sure.
They have.
Yeah, they send monthly, they come like clockwork every month, they send a report, and then we send that straight to Steinhardt's. So that way they know exactly what all the, levels are as well, so they work pretty cohesive.
Yeah, they helped us when we had to change the chiller out and get over that mess, so. I make a motion, we accept Adam Chemical Incorporated, contract for $125 a month for this coming year.
I second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Brandon?
I'm kind of trying to go after Matt, but, I will,
You could have blocked him out as he came out and.
I thought about tripping him.
Well,
He saw what I was doing, anyway, we heard.
Hey, like a good island joke.
I'll echo that, everyone has been performing flawlessly, very proud to be part of the team that we have going on, so good job to everybody. I hate the snow. Shoveling it this week has made me concerned that I'm not working out hard enough in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm like, but you know what they say, summer bodies are made in the winter, so. Almost done with my 2024 end of the year report for the statewide now on board. And more snow tomorrow, which is exciting. Any questions for us, comments? All right.
Thanks
Good job.
thanks for all you do,
Yeah.
brother.
Thank you, guys.
What do you mean? No.
Unless you got questions for me.
No.
I got-
Who said I was gonna ask you anyway? Just thought.
Well, I'd just like to add that Mr. True there was a good hire too. Good choice of hire.
There you go, thank you, you're right.
Shelter's doing okay. I mean, there was a couple of days there that we didn't think we were gonna get out of the shelter, but we got it all plowed up to where we've got at least 6 parking spaces now to where we can get in and out.
Just limit your clientele.
Yeah. The long-haired dogs that we got, the huskies and things, they're loving this
Loving it.
weather. The terriers are screaming bloody murder and not wanting to go out the
Don't put me out.
door. Yeah. We're doing pretty good. And Bobby, I want to thank you for calling and checking on us and sending that truck up to plow. That was,
That man right there.
well then, thank you.
Thank him.
Yeah,
No problem.
so, and then we had Brandon Either with Madison Excavation. He came up with a little, like a skid steer, and that's who plowed out each individual driveway or parking spot. And then he also went in the backyard and plowed an area so the dogs aren't sinking in the snow for us too. So he was brave to go back in all that drift that was back there to get that.
Our dog is nuts. Yeah, she'll take a couple steps, I ain't going in there, and then. Yeah,
And
so
the
I
water's
understand a
still
little.
working.
Okay, well, that's.
Yeah, keep it trickling.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Do I have any questions, guys?
Yeah, I got one.
Oh.
We had a good hire right there too. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you for what you do.
Yeah, no, thank you all.
Your return engagement,
Yeah,
you're
my
just so
turn
used to
again.
this, just do it again.
I think he likes this.
I think he does.
Bob, you got your camera?
I didn't wanna keep everybody, so I figured I'd go last, so if they get bored with me, they just, yeah, we'll go home. And I might ramble, cause I don't even know what day it is right now, so. I can't say enough about our guys, that's fact number one, they've been out there. We've been stuck, we've been broke down, we've been everywhere we can possibly be. I wanna absolutely thank Matt, because he's been there every step of the way with us on this, so that is much appreciated. Especially with dispatch and everything, letting us know where calls are coming in the hot spots, and we was trying to get there. But I do wanna let everybody know, we're trying our darndest to get to the county. We started out with 18 pieces of equipment, that's everything we got, that's every truck, 3 road graders on the roads, and just going 12 hours a day. First day on Saturday, or Sunday, yeah, Sunday.
What day was it?
Sunday, yeah. We had everybody out from 9 AM to 9 PM. They come in exhausted, so The next morning, we started at 5 AM on Monday and Tuesday. They went full 12 hours. I was trying to keep them guys in the day. Then the sheriff himself, Ben Flint, come in. Me, Ben, and one other employee spent the night out there trying to plow what roads we could, helping them guys out. They didn't need to be out in the night. They was already wore out. So we was out in the night going at it. The sheriff got a little taste of what a plow truck is. He was a little concerned a couple times, so please be.
How about you? Are you concerned?
No, sir, not at all.
I meant about him, not about you.
No, I was
okay.
like, he'll be all right, he'll figure it out, so.
All right.
But, we've had, at one time on Monday, we had 7 trucks stuck at one time and a road grader. And that's not in a central location, that was throughout the county. So hats off to the guys, getting through all this to get to them trucks, get them guys out, making sure they was warm, you know, cause when we had a couple breakdowns at the same time, you know. So making sure they was warm at the same time if the truck wasn't running. My hat's off to them guys, cause they have been at it, they've been slipping, they've been sliding. Shirks Hollow is a very steep hill. I do one of our new hires, he was out there in the truck and he had a little bit of concern, you know, he was a little shocked what happened there, so I just want everybody to just please be patient with us. We got more snow coming. They're coming, so no worries there. They're coming. It's just, we might not get there as quickly as you'd like, you know. And we're sorry if we plow your driveway back shut. You know, we're not trying to do that. Please refrain from calling and yelling at us. We know what we done. It's not on purpose by no means. So just please bear with our plow truck drivers because they are absolutely right now wore out. Today, we brought them in at noon today, went through our equipment, greased it. So if you didn't see any trucks out late today, they worked till 4 o'clock today, greasing equipment, getting the plow blades changed, getting everything ready to go for tomorrow. So we'll be ready to go tomorrow. We got more salt coming in. I'm hoping it was delivered tonight. So we got that coming. We're just going as fast as we can, trying to be everywhere we can. And like I said, what Matt stated there earlier is just, I can't brag enough on them guys. You know, they're bragging on me, but it's my guys, man. They're awesome. So if you guys see them out and about, just tell them thank you because they are slap wore out and they've been everywhere that they can possibly be. So just throw that out there. I just want to thank them again, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, guys.
And most people don't have a problem pushing the snow back out in the road.
Well, it depends on the phone calls you're getting, so,
I've been over a couple of them on my way to work.
And welcome to your new job.
yeah. I took my kids with me there, I believe it was Tuesday night, to go spot check roads. They was ready to get out of the house, so I said, pack up my truck, let's go check some roads. And ended up, I left the house at 7 PM, I didn't get back until 11 PM, so. Yeah, so I'm out and about, so if anybody's got questions, so.
I don't have anything. I'm just working on my year-end, year-beginning stuff. It's busy time in the auditor's office, but we're still working in 24 and 25. So everything's going good though.
Oh, trash truck?
Might as well decide on it now so everybody knows.
With all the snow, I guess that'd be something with Matt. Do you want to
And
postpone
your thoughts?
Rikers?
Which one?
It's supposed to start at 9 now.
9 to 11, that's, but
Sometime
they
in there.
also caveat there, I mean, their confidence is high in their timing, but they give themselves the out by giving reins. And
I mean,
We
is it
probably
heavy
don't
to-
want 35,000-pound truck out on the snow, do we?
I think it's gonna be.
Cars I know, I
What
haven't
we
got to
get.
go through there today, I haven't seen what the roads look like. I think they've got it down to, I'm not gonna say fair pavement, but it's considerably better than where it was. We've been dealing with a lot of ice also. But I do know I had a truck up there today, plowed out the, trash truck
Trash
site
site.
for, Rikers Ridge. We checked DuPont today, it was good. I believe Dean Ford's guys got that cleaned up. I don't know if they made it down to Chelsea area today, just to get the initial plow out on it. But I do know Brooksburg is taken care of and Canaan's taken care of. So they are good right now. And we'll see what we can do tomorrow morning, if it starts early.
But I'm just wondering if it starts at 9 or 10 and then he goes and he sits from 2 till 6. I don't know.
That's totally up to you guys. We'll do the best we can to help you guys out with
And
that.
tomorrow is Rikers Ridge, right? So we've moved everything back a day.
Yeah, highest temperatures we're expecting through the weekends is maybe in the middle twenties. That's cool.
I mean, the ridge road looks good right now if we didn't
Okay,
get an additional 4, 5, or 6 on it.
yeah.
I mean, it'd be no problem, but
I mean,
it's just the unknown.
Yeah, do they know, is it heavy to start or just?
It's just supposed to be consistent.
Just consistent.
Yeah, it's not as humid as what it was when it first started snowing this first round. A little more dry, so it's just gonna be constant, smaller snow places for the day and a half, the day, whatever.
You gonna come up and do it? Come out and blow.
I'm off tomorrow.
You
I
have to.
volunteer 'em.
I'm off. He said he wanted to hear the ordinance again, he missed part of
Right.
it.
Here, I'll hand it to you, you can read it yourself.
It's a save that.
I think we either do it or we don't, because if it gets bad and we have to pull him out, then you got all those people that are out trying to get there and he's not there, so if he'd have to leave early or something, so.
I know the roads are still pretty narrow where we push snow up. I mean, there's absolutely nothing we can do with the roads without, honestly getting the truck off the road like we've getting stuck. So, I mean, you got snowpacks 3 foot deep in some areas, so.
It's like bumper cars.
Yeah.
And just a reminder, we are still under a watch level travel advisory, which is essential travel only to and from work, and if you have to get grocery stores, medications, things like that, all of it, so that it probably would be in the interest of the advisory to cancel it. That was, this is less people on the road, less people in his way to do the things that they're doing, so. That's my advice.
Sure, just in case. Don't do it tomorrow.
I'd rather err on safety than, and we may not be able to do it Saturday either, depending on what
Yeah,
happens, so.
we'll see. We'll know by
Just
then.
play it by ear.
Nothing tomorrow, and then. Do you wanna move it back or just go with Saturday being Canaan and Brooksburg?
I'd say we'll know in that morning, Saturday morning, so just back
Yeah,
it
I'm
off,
just saying
back
if we
it off
just-
tomorrow.
just-
Yeah,
Push it back or just cancel it altogether and then keep,
I'd say at this point in time,
It'd be confusing if you
move it back.
moved it,
Okay,
so I
so
think
just
just
cancel
cancel
it.
Start
Rikers
Monday.
completely.
Yeah, and then we'll have,
And
if we do have it, we'll
wing
have
it Monday and see what it looks like.
Canaan and Brooksburg on
on
Saturday
Saturday,
if we have
if we
it,
have it, okay.
and then go back to the regular schedule next week.
From my experience of being out at the trash site selling cards, I think those are the 3 most interchangeable spots that people either use Rikers Ridge or Brooksburg, or Rikers Ridge and Canaan.
Right.
So I think if Saturday would probably serve most of the people
Good.
well.
If someone needed to go and couldn't make,
Yeah.
okay. Do you have anything?
No, I don't.
I'm good.
Can't think of anything.
Public got anything, or? We don't have any public.
I know.
Make a motion to adjourn.
I second that
Okay.
motion.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Thank you for coming.